I could not say a single sentence in English. Not one. I was embarrassed. I was frustrated. I felt hopeless. But today, I run an English podcast. Today, I help thousands of people learn English. And today, I am going to tell you exactly how I went from zero to where I am now.
And if Mia can do it, you can do it too. That is not just a nice thing to say, that is the truth. And by the end of this episode, you will believe it too.
Welcome to English Today 77. I am Mia.
And I am James. Thank you so much for being here today. If you are new to our channel, welcome. We help you learn real English through real conversations. We speak slowly, we use simple words, and we help you improve naturally and confidently.
Today's episode is very personal for me. I am going to share my real story, my journey of learning English from zero, the good parts, the hard parts, the embarrassing parts, and the beautiful parts. I am sharing all of it because I want you to know that wherever you are starting from, you can reach your goal. I am proof of that.
And I want to add something before Mia starts her story. I have known Mia for several years, and I have seen her English journey up close. It was not always easy. There were moments when she wanted to give up, but she did not. And I am so glad she did not, because the person speaking to you right now is incredible, and she started from zero.
Thank you, James. Okay, let me take you back to the beginning. I was born and raised in a small city in Asia. English was not spoken around me. My family did not speak English. My friends did not speak English. At school, we had English class, but it was the kind of English class where you memorize grammar rules and pass tests. You know what I mean. You have probably experienced the same thing.
The kind of class where you learn about English but never actually use it.
Exactly. So I finished school with decent grammar knowledge. Decent means okay, not great, but not terrible. I knew some rules, I knew some words, but could I have a conversation in English? No, absolutely not. If someone spoke to me in English, I would just smile and nod. Smile and nod means to look like you understand when you do not.
I think many of our listeners can relate to that. Has this ever happened to you? Someone speaks to you in English and you just smile because you do not know what to say? Write it in the comments. Tell us your experience.
My real journey with English started when I was in my mid-20s. Mid-20s means around 24, 25, 26 years old. I got a job at an international company. International means it works with people from different countries. And suddenly, English was everywhere. My coworkers spoke English, our meetings were in English, our emails were in English, and I could not understand anything.
That must have been very stressful.
It was terrifying. Terrifying means extremely scary. I remember my first day at that job. There was a meeting in English. About 10 people around a table. My boss was speaking. My coworkers were responding. I sat there and understood maybe 10% of what was being said. 10%. I nodded along, pretending to understand. Pretending means acting like something is true when it is not. That night, I went home and cried. I cried because I felt so far behind, so incapable. Incapable means not able to do something.
But something changed after that night, right?
Something shifted. Shifted means changed in an important way. I made a decision. I decided that I was not going to stay in that situation. I was not going to keep pretending. I was not going to keep nodding and smiling while understanding nothing. I was going to learn English, really learn it, not just for tests, for real life, for communication, for my future.
And how did you start? What was your first step?
My first step was embarrassing, and I say this because I want our listeners to know that starting is messy. Starting is not smooth. Starting is uncomfortable. My first step was downloading a basic English learning app on my phone, the kind of app designed for complete beginners, and I was in my mid-20s doing lessons designed for children. Do you know what? I didn't care. I needed the basics. I needed the foundation. Foundation means the base that everything else is built on.
There's no shame in starting from the beginning. No shame at all.
None. And I think this is something many people struggle with. They're embarrassed to admit they're beginners. They're embarrassed to use beginner materials. But here's the truth. Every expert was once a beginner. Every fluent English speaker was once at zero. Starting from the beginning is not embarrassing. It's brave, it's necessary, and it's the only way forward.
So you started with the app. What happened next?
I use the app every morning on my way to work, on the bus. 15 minutes in the morning, every day, without fail. Without fail means never missing a day. And after about a month, I started noticing small things. I understood a few words here and there in meetings. Not much, but a few more than before. And those small wins motivated me. Motivated means gave me energy and desire to continue.
Small wins are so important in language learning. They keep you going.
They really do. After 2 months, I added something new. I started watching English YouTube videos with English subtitles, not Chinese subtitles, English subtitles. This was uncomfortable at first. I had to pause constantly. I had to rewind and listen again. Rewind means to go back to an earlier part. But I kept doing it. Every evening after dinner, 20 to 30 minutes of English videos.
What kind of videos were you watching?
At first, simple cooking videos. The language was not complicated. The host would say, "Now I am adding the salt, and I can see that the pasta is almost ready." Simple sentences, clear pronunciation, and the visual of the cooking helped me understand. I did not need to translate every word because I could see what was happening. That visual context was very helpful. Context means the surrounding information that helps you understand.
That is a really smart approach, using the visual to help you understand the language.
Then, after a few more months, I got brave enough to try something that scared me. I started speaking English at work. Not much, not confidently, but I forced myself to say something in English in every meeting. Just one sentence, sometimes two, even if my pronunciation was wrong, even if my grammar was not perfect, I opened my mouth and said something in English.
How did your coworkers react?
Most of them were very supportive. Supportive means they encouraged me and helped me. One coworker, a woman named Sarah from Australia, was especially kind. She would listen to my broken English. Broken means imperfect and full of mistakes. And she would respond naturally. She never corrected me in front of everyone. She never made me feel stupid. She just talked to me like I was a capable person trying to communicate. Capable means able to do things well.
Having supportive people around you makes such a difference in language learning.
It makes all the difference. And I want to say something to anyone listening who is in a position to help someone learn a language. Be kind. Be patient. Do not laugh at their mistakes. Do not make them feel small. A few kind words can change someone's entire learning journey.
That is so true. Okay, Mia, keep going. I want to hear more of your story.
So I kept going, month after month. App in the morning, YouTube videos in the evening, speaking at work when I could. And then, about 8 months into my journey, something amazing happened. I had a moment, a breakthrough. Breakthrough means a sudden important achievement or moment of success.
Tell us about that moment.
I was in a meeting. My boss was presenting a new strategy, a complex one with many details, and I was listening, and I realized that I was understanding, not 10%, not 50%, almost everything. I understood almost everything my boss was saying. I remember the feeling so clearly. It was like a door opening in my mind, like suddenly the lights came on. I wanted to cry, but in a good way, in a happy way.
That must have been such an incredible feeling.
Indescribable. Indescribable means you cannot find words to describe it. All those months of effort, all those early mornings on the bus, all those evenings watching videos when I would rather be resting, it all came together in that one moment. And I thought, this is what it feels like to make progress, real progress.
And from there, things kept improving, right?
They did, but not in a straight line. I want to be honest about this. Progress is not always smooth. There were weeks where I felt I was not improving at all. There were days when I made so many mistakes in meetings that I went home feeling discouraged. Discouraged means losing confidence and motivation. There were moments when I thought, maybe English is just not for me.
What kept you going during those hard times?
A few things. First, I remembered why I started. I wanted to succeed at my job. I wanted to communicate with people from around the world. I wanted opportunities. Opportunities means chances for good things in your future. That why was strong enough to keep me going even on hard days.
The why is so important. We've talked about this in previous episodes. Your reason for learning English has to be strong enough to carry you through the difficult moments.
Absolutely. Second thing that kept me going was tracking my progress. Tracking means following and recording your progress over time. Every few weeks, I would ask myself, how am I doing compared to 2 months ago? And the answer was always better. Even if the progress felt slow day to day, looking back 2 months always showed improvement. That perspective kept me motivated. Perspective means the way you look at something from a certain distance or angle.
And the third thing?
Community. I found other people who were learning English. Online communities, language exchange groups, people who understood what I was going through. Going through means experiencing. We encouraged each other, we practiced together, we celebrated each other's small wins. Having that community made the journey feel less lonely, less like something I was doing by myself in the dark.
That is so beautiful. You were not alone.
I was never really alone, and neither are you. If you're listening to this podcast, you're part of a community of people around the world who are working towards the same goal. We're all in this together.
Okay, let's fast forward. You started from zero, you went through all of this. Where are you now?
Now I run an English podcast. I teach English to people from all over the world. I give presentations in English. I write articles in English. I dream in English sometimes. Dreaming in a language means you are thinking in that language even when you're asleep. That's one of the signs that you have truly internalized a language. Internalized means made it a part of you, not just something you learned.
And how long did it take to get to this level?
It took about 3 years to feel truly comfortable and confident. 3 years of consistent daily practice. 3 years of mistakes and embarrassment and breakthroughs and joy. 3 years that were absolutely worth it. Worth it means the result justified all the effort.
3 years sounds like a long time. What would you say to someone who feels discouraged by that?
I would say 3 years from now, you will be somewhere. The question is, where? If you start today and practice consistently, in 3 years, your English could be transformed. Transformed means completely changed for the better. But if you don't start, in 3 years, you will be exactly where you are now. The time will pass either way. The question is, what you do with it.
That is one of the most powerful things I have ever heard. The time will pass either way. Either way means no matter what you choose. That is so true.
So start now. Start today. You don't need to be ready. You don't need to feel confident. You don't need perfect materials. You just need to start. Start with 5 minutes. Start with 1 word. Start with 1 sentence. Just start.
Let's do a summary of the key lessons from Mia's story.
Lesson 1. Start from wherever you are. There is no shame in beginning at the beginning. Every fluent speaker started at zero. Be brave enough to admit you're a beginner and start with beginner materials.
Lesson 2. Be consistent. Mia practiced every single day. Not for hours, but every day. 15 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening. Consistency over time creates big results.
Lesson 3. Use multiple methods. App, YouTube videos, speaking at work. Different methods train different skills. Listening, speaking, reading. Use them all.
Lesson 4. Embrace your mistakes. Mia spoke in meetings with broken English. She was embarrassed sometimes, but she did not stop. Every mistake was a step forward.
Lesson 5. Remember your why. When things get hard, go back to your reason. Why do you want to learn English? That reason will carry you through the difficult days.
Lesson 6. Track your progress. Do not compare how you feel today to how you felt yesterday. Compare how you are today to how you were 2 or 3 months ago. You will always see improvement.
Lesson 7. Find your community. You do not have to do this alone. Find other learners, encourage each other, celebrate together, and listen to podcasts like this one where people are cheering for you.
Those 7 lessons apply to everyone. Whether you are just starting or whether you have been learning for years and feel stuck, these lessons work.
And remember, if I could go from zero, from the person who sat in a meeting understanding 10%, to the person who hosts an English podcast, then you can do whatever your goal is. You can have conversations in English. You can get your dream job. You can travel and communicate with people from around the world. You can do it.
We believe in you. We really, truly believe in you.
Now we want to hear your story. Where are you starting from? Where do you want to go? Write it in the comments. Tell us your English learning story. We read every single comment and we want to hear from you.
And if you have any questions about anything we talked about today, write them in the comments. We will answer every question.
If this episode inspired you, please hit the like button. Share it with someone who needs to hear this story, someone who feels like they cannot learn English. This episode might be exactly what they need to start their journey.
Subscribe to English Today 77. Turn on the notification bell. We create episodes every week to help you learn English and build confidence at the same time.
Thank you for listening to my story today. I hope it showed you that the journey is possible, that the effort is worth it, and that you are more capable than you think.
Start today. Your story is waiting to be written.
We will see you in the next episode. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye and happy learning. See you next time.